Hi everyone, I'm Ellen and this is Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour. It's going to be maximum, it's going to be cross stitch, but it will not be an hour. How are you? I can pretty much guarantee this is going to be a quickie because although I have a lot of stuff around me, I feel like it's going to go fast today, which might be good because you got better things to do. It's been a couple months since I last posted because I'm lazy, and I've been enjoying watching other people's Flosstubes and their retreat recaps, and everyone looked like they had a fantastic time, and glad to see that people were wearing masks and being safe. It warms my cold dead heart, as Rebel Stitcher would say. My wife, Rebel Stitcher. Anyway, okay, so let's get started. What should we start with? Let's start with some Stitchy Kindness. I got some Stitchy Kindness from some nice people. I'm gonna start with Margaret. Margaret Yo-Yo Yoder, or Mama Yo-Yo Yoder on Instagram. She sent me some floss drops and some stickers and some thread. Here's her floss drops. Truer words have never been spoken. Some nice stickers and some cheerful floss. It's DMC 4502. I don't have any stuff like this. Be nice for inside a flower or something. And a nice card. So thank you, Margaret. I haven't made any of those floss drops myself. I haven't got around to it. I may in the future, and if I do, I will put the word out and see who wants to trade. I think it's a great idea and a fun way to connect with other stitchers. Some other Stitchy Kindness I got from the woman, the myth, the legend, Ellen Chester. She sent me 2 of her new releases. She had to send me this one because it says Ellen Sampler Maker on it, and like she didn't have a choice. She had to send it to me. And then this gorgeous, massive piece of beauty. This is called Peacocks in the Garden. It is, what's this, 315 by 313. So it's big, but the border doesn't look too much like it would, cause you any grief. And the 3 bands, you could do them as drums or just as a single. You could just do the middle piece with the house as a long sampler. Yeah, this is a good one. Definitely on my immediate radar. So thank you very much, Ellen. We Ellens are gotta stick together. We are gotta stick together. Melinda at Lanyap Designs sent me a link to a PDF of her Bristol sampler, M Mountain. Was it M Mountain 1879? And it's glorious. It's a good Bristol. I'll link her shop below, but she was very sweet, and you could do it on any linen, any color of red. She's got all sorts of other cute little charts in her shop, so check it out. She's a new designer, and probably could use the love. Even if you aren't buying, just go and hit that love button. Hit the heart button, and show her that you've gone to see. Melinda at Lane. Oh, it looks like it says Lagnappy, but it's actually Lanyap. Anyway, it'll all be below. Yeah, so check her out. And thanks very much, Melinda, for the chart. It's fantastic. A belated birthday present from my dear wife, Emily C. from Eclectic Possessions. She got me this from Lila Studio, the MJ 1828. Isn't it great? I love the border. I believe this is the smaller version of a larger sampler. And I had this one on my wish list because this was the part of the sampler that I was really drawn to. So thanks, Emily. And not only that, threads, because she's kind of the queen. Thanks, Em. And then my friend Stitch and May, Megan Stitch and May, she sent me a beautiful birthday card with butterflies. And Pineberry Lane. Which one is this? Fancy Blacket, The Harvest Dance. Who doesn't love that? And from my 1, 2, 3 wish list, she found this one that I wanted and got that one too. T for 2. Fancy Blacket. I do like a fancy blacket. And she included this cool little random thread thing. It is in 2 plastic bags to keep it safe. It is Threadworks, which I've never used before, 10420. And it's kind of a glorious red. Yeah, just a little bit of like a rusty tang in there, but just a little hint, just a touch of tang. Yeah, it's beautiful. Nice for a small red sampler. And not only did she send that, but she sent them in a project bag. With Baby Yoda on it. I know Brenda wants this one, don't you, honey? You can't have it. Brenda's gonna fight me over it. I do love Baby Yoda. It warms my cold, dead ovaries. So thank you, guys. Thanks for my treats. I'm a very lucky little monkey. All right. How about we do whips? Should I do some whips? All right. I touched a lot of my whips in the last 2 months. I tried to do a little bit. Some of them, literally, I only did 2 threads on, and I'll explain which ones and why. But others I got a fair bit of work on. Okay, so, and some of them were starts and finishes, so we'll just, some of those whips were starts and finishes, so I'll throw them in higgledy-piggledy. All right, let's start with this one. It's called Little Oriental Scene, or little Blue Willow Scene, Little Blue Willow Landscape. That's what it's called. This is what it's supposed to look like when it's done. And this is where I'm at. I did a fair bit on this. Although there's a lot of fiddly little stitching and back stitching in this, as you can see. But it is fun once you get into it. So I may have worked a day or 2 on this and then got a little tired, but I'm working around the border because that's going to be the beast, is filling in all that black work. But it's pretty cute, isn't it? There are even a few French knots in here that I'm going to completely ignore because we know what French knots are. Say it. Say it. Thank you. Yeah, so there's Little Blue Willow Landscape. Next, Joan Sands. The Joan Sands Start Alone that I'm stitching along with a bunch of weirdos like Caroline Laura, Gwyneth, Jody, Trixie Tricycle, Nikki Noodle, Kathy, Betsy. So this is, it's a Scottish sampler, and it says December 31st, 18 whatever on it, and we're gonna put our last stitches in on December 31st. Ha 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 ha, we are not. I don't know if I'll finish it by then, but I'm close. It's the damn eyelets. God, they take forever. Jacob. I'm doing this one with a Leo and Roxy conversion. And I really like working with Leo and Roxy. I think it looks pretty great. I like the way that house turned out. I did iron this just before this, just so you know. But let's get a little closer. I hope you can see. Yeah, Joan Sands, 18 something something by Modern Folk Embroidery. I am doing this on, I don't know, I'm doing it on some thread, on some linen with some thread. If you really want to know, just send me a message or put in the comment box and I can figure that out for you. Somebody's not organized today. This one was a new start. The same group, the Joan Sands ladies, said, oh my God, you know what we should do? We should do a stitch along where we do the Jacob Modern Folk Embroidery Telemark Fancy Biscornu cushion. We should totally do that and do it using Leo and Roxy color Hussy. Okay, I said, I got it. I started it, and I don't think anyone else did. Maybe Gwyneth. Gwyneth may have started it. Anyway, I'm only doing half the Biscornu. I'm not doing the, I think there's two sides to it because I don't think I want a Biscornu. But I'm doing this on 32 count, I think like foggy something. It's just it just feels the worst, this fabric. But it looks pretty, and that is done in Hussy by Leo and Roxy, which is a great color. It's got way more of a purpley tinge than you're seeing on here. Oh no, I guess that's right. Yeah, it's like a reddy, but there's definitely bits of purple in there just to freak you out and make you smile. But yeah, I'm only doing the bottom half of it. So that's Telemark Fancy by Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery. Next. Oh, this one I may have put 5 strands into just so that I could say that I touched it. I'm doing this as a stitch along with my sister wives, Emily C, Stitch in May, and Olivia B. And they're all doing fine on it. I am not. I'm way behind. But this is how far I've got. I'm working on that grass and filling in, like there's a tons of bits and bobs and things. Here, I'm going to show you what the chart. Now, obviously, it's not a great picture, and I'm choosing my own colors as I go. And I'm not doing the border or the alphabet. I'm just doing the scene. So this grass down here is just chock full of goodness. Little flowers and branches and leaves, birds and stuff. You can't really see. Can you see that? It's not a great photograph to begin with, but anyway, so I'm working on that, and that's a lot of, you know, color changes and stuff. Can you see that? Let's see if you can see. I'm going to hope you can see. And then I'm working on the house, and I hope I don't run into dye lot problems. Yeah. I mean, it's such a neat pattern. It really is. And it's readily available now. Nikki Noodle bought it recently. So I don't know what I was saying when I was saying it's hard to get. I don't know where she got it from though. Yeah, if you poke around, you should be able to find it if you're interested. Because it's kind of a neat thing, kind of a unique chart. And one that you can just use threads from your stash. Because, like, who knows what those colors are? Obviously, the colors are listed, but they don't really look like the colors on the cover. Anyway, choose your own adventure. That's what I say. Okay, this one, My Birthday Start. Did I guess it? By GGR. This is Mary Griffiths, 1873, a Welsh sampler. A few people are joining me on this stitch along. Emily C, I know, is stitching it, and we have been commiserating about the damn birds. These birds are, there's a lot of little colors in them. But I've been working away on it, And I'm almost done with Sandbirds. Just a tail on the other one. See what you can see here. So I've done all the text and I think I got most of the top part done. A few more buds and things, but let me get back here. Yeah, and then so I'm working my way down. Yeah, making good progress. I think I'm about 40% done now, or close to 45 maybe, so halfway done isn't bad for 2 months work. Anyway, it's pretty glorious, pretty hilarious. Those birds, like, look at the crazy colors on those birds. It's like tropical fruit punch. So that's GGR, Mary Griffiths. I like stitching on that one. I believe I'm stitching this on Seraphim. Yes, I am. It is on 36 count Winter White from Seraphim. I am a fan of the Seraphim, the Seraphim fabric. I'm a fan. Oh, I forgot to show you. This is the floss that I'm using for the Telemark Fancy. Hussy. Next, oh, here we go. What's this? Where's the little, here it is. Oriental Dragon. Little Chinese dragon kit that my friend Ryan got me. From, I think the woman's name is Sheena Rogers on Etsy. It's supposed to be, you know, I think a 5x5 pillow. But I'm special, so I'm doing it 1/1 on 28 count Mushroom Lagana. And it's gonna be tiny. So I have a thing now. It's pretty hard to stitch on because there's lots of color changes and it's on 28 count over 1, so it gets pretty jam-packed. So I'm telling myself I'm going to do 1 thread a day on this. So that's what I've been doing for the last 5 days. So I've made some progress, although, you know, it's just a little bit here and there, but some is better than none, right? I do want to get it done because I want to have it framed in a big, ornate, chunky black frame that comes right up to the stitching, almost so that it's like sunk into the frame. I think it'll be cool. So that's that. Next, oh, Sarah Spencer by Hands Across the Sea. Here is what it will look like. And here is my progress. I worked pretty steady on this for a few days. So I'm about 30% done. The border is pretty consistent, which is nice. You have to, pardon me, you have to watch at the ends though. But yeah, this is a really fun stitch. I'm using the called for threads on Lakeside Pecan Butter or Butter Pecan or something. Something you Lakeside people will know and be screaming. But yeah, it's really pretty. Those colors are bananas. So there's that. That was a recent start. Oh, this one is my nemesis. But I did put, I think, 2 threads into it. But I'm going to show it to you anyway, because maybe it'll inspire me. Elizabeth Jones by La Di Da. Here's what it's supposed to look like. And here's what I've got going on. I did iron this. So very minimal progress. I don't know why I'm not drawn to this one because it really is so pretty. That border is just killer. It's so good. Maybe I'll work on it this week. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. I think, Laura, you've got this somewhere in your whip pile. Are you any further along on this? Maybe you have the same issue with it that I do. I don't know. I think it's the linen that I picked. I think I picked too dark of a linen because I do prefer to have the lighter linens. Next, oh, this one. Oh, this is Il Fazzoletto I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, by Modern Folk Embroidery, the hanky sampler. I have been working on this on and off for months, and I worked down the side there because I wanted to be able to cut my linen because it was I used a full yard. So I'm at the bottom. Those little 3 motifs are the bottom, and a few motifs coming up, and then I've been working more on the alphabets. And there's a ghost alphabet in there. Do you see that E under the H? Yeah, there's going to be half of an alphabet in that. And I'm okay with that. Lisa Hoops and Stitches on Instagram. Her progress on this is just stunning. I love watching her. I don't know. No, she's not doing it exclusively. She does other stuff too, but she's really been fast on this and focusing a fair bit. But yeah, this is fun. I also, and the thing I like about there's no border. It's all just fun little motifs that you have little successes every time you stitch. What I'm working on right now is Modern Folk Embroidery 2021 Sal Fruit of Plenty. Jacob released October's section a day early, so I got started on it yesterday. So there's where I am with October. In September, and for the August, where with the house, I just changed it a bit and made it into a version of my house. So I hope that's okay. And I added a couple of things, like I added a little 1/1 squirrel, and I gave all the squirrels something to eat in their hands, little 1/1 snacks. The most recent section, the October section, has far fewer stitches than previous ones, which is great. Because the middle, the section with all of this Assisi stitching, that is no joke. Thousands and thousands of stitches. I wonder how many stitches in total this bad boy is. But it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. He's a genius. We all say Jacob's a genius. If I was on a desert island and could only take patterns from one designer, of course, it would be Jacob. And I'd probably want Jacob to come with me too, because he's got lots of good stories and probably knows lots of survival techniques and stuff. At least I imagine he does. My last whip, I think this is my last whip, who knows, is my Hade, which I think I got a little bit done since we last met. And here is a picture of what it will look like completed. This is Tsuru Kame by Heaven and Earth Designs. And that's where I am. So just the corner there, got some cherry blossoms done. Below that cherry blossom part that's sticking down there below the line, that will be around where her head starts. Or maybe her hand is reaching up there, I'm not sure. But I will be starting to stitch her at some point. I'll probably continue to work over to the other end though and get some of that boring background done. But yeah, I really love stitching on this. I can't stitch on it for too long just because the size of the stitches it makes it a little tough on my hands. But I love it. It's just great. Yeah, so I try to work on that for a good 10 days every couple months. If I do that, I'll probably be done in 5 years, which is fine, as long as my eyes and my hands hold out. I'm at the age now where I have to actually think, oh, will I be able to see and lift things by then? Okay, I think that's all of my, I think that's all of my whips. I have some finishes. I don't have any fully finishes, but a few little finishes. Here's a little one. Caroline, sorry for the jiggly, sorry about that. Caroline at Evertotes has a colleague that works with her, Hannah, who has started to design. And she designed something called Teeny Sunset. And there it is. I did it because I'm special on 56 count, using the called for Leo and Roxy. Can you see that? Not really. Can you see? Oh, you're not seeing it. It's really just sweet and charming. I'll have to find some tiny little frame to stick it in. But it was fun to stitch and very quick. Okay, I finished Cranky Owl by Modern Folk Embroidery. This is on 40 count Murky. I have a lot of 40 count Murky. I bought it a long time ago. Using Vampish from Leo and Roxy. Don't know quite what I'm going to do. I think I have a hoop downstairs that would fit this quite well. I'm not really much of a Halloween stitcher, but this guy isn't necessarily Halloween. He's woodsy, but he's cranky. Who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be Cranky Owl? I took part in a cell started by my dear wife Betsy Klager, called the Stupid Tumor Cell. She's got an acoustic neuroma, and it's no fun for her. So to comfort her and show solidarity, we all decided that we would pitch in and stitch this together. This is Elizabeth Atlasey by Hedgerow Stitching. And this is my finish on it. It's cute. I don't know quite what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I could find a little frame for it. I like the little birds. Doo, doo, doo. So that's that. I did it's not really a model stitch because she isn't requiring me to send it to her, but I did a stitch of the I Am No Bird piece by Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery that is paired with the charcoal chalkboard Leo and Roxy from the Jane Eyre quote. And I finished that. And it's quite fantastic. I have enough linen that I might do the companion piece as well. The one about, what is that? The Jane Austen one. There's nothing like staying home for real comfort. And this one. He's got quite the package, doesn't he? But yeah, this was really fun to stitch. Really, really fun to stitch. All of Jacob's charts are fun. Like, they're just fun because they're logical and they appeal. There's good balance in them. So they appeal to a certain side of my brain. Both sides of my brain are firing when I work on Jacob's charts. So there it is. I Am No Bird. I believe you can still get I don't think you can get the linen, but I think you can get the chart with the floss at Evertote. I'll leave the link in the drop down. I'll leave the link in the drop down. There'll be all sorts of links down there for stuff if you want to find. My next finish, I think this is my last finish. I pre-ordered this about 2 seconds after Laura, the serial starter, told me about it from Mojo Stitches. This is Mary Barton's work. It doesn't have a year in it. Mary Barton's work. And come on, that bird, I'm sorry, it's very shiny. I'd never heard of Mojo Stitches before, and it won't be the last time that I order from her because it's good stuff. So here's my finish. This is on 25 count mystery linen, and I've added my own text to the bottom. Let me see if I can straighten this so you can read it. It says, "The world is on fire." There, the world is on fire under a beautiful bird. I have an old wooden round frame that I'm going to have this framed in. I'd like to do a series of antique looking birds with anxiety-provoking phrases underneath. I have one, it's on too light of linen, but it says, "I hope I'm dead before the water wars begin." Maybe I'll dump it in tea and that'll just antique it a little bit and it can enter the, sorry you guys with the wiggling, it can enter the wall of angst. I think that is it for my Stitchery Ditchery Do. I want to show you a couple of other things I bought, Yeah, it's haul. It's haul. I did actually buy things because you know how I'm not really prone to buying things. I didn't buy much. I bought a few things off Etsy. So I'm going to just do a little montage here instead of, I don't know, montage, new purchases, Etsy, go. Wasn't that fun? I also, sorry, I'm having a Dr. Brown's Diet Cream Soda. It's my favorite, and it's very expensive. And they make me burp, but I like it because there's only like Diet Coke or Diet Ginger Ale and that's it. I want something more exotic. I got myself a quarter of 32 count 32 count charcoal from Zweigart because I liked stitching that that skeleton for Jacob and Caroline. Oh, here comes Fiona. I can't remember if I showed it last time. If not, I'll put it here. It's the one that's all are equal in depth. So I had so much fun stitching that I wanted to get more dark in case something else comes up that they want me to stitch for them. And you know I will. There, Fiona, want to say hi? Want to say hi? Nope, just wants to bug me. Oh, there she is. When I ordered the Mary Barton bird that I just showed you from Abby Topknot, I also ordered this linen, and it's called Antique Rose. And it's just, I don't like pink linen, but this is just a hint of rose. Like this will be perfect for an antique bird piece. So I'm gonna have to find the perfect piece to go on this. So excited. And Abby was great, really good service. I also got hello from Liz Matthews, the Dutch Sampler collection. I've never ordered anything from Liz Matthews, and I don't know why, because seriously, everything she does, I love. And I love this big guy, and I love this littler guy. So that one is, I think, going to be on board for 2022. I like the blues and the golds of the Dutch samplers, the more muted tones. Yeah, so Liz Matthews can really do no wrong in my books. Oh, so many options for activities. Yeah, so I think that's all of my stitching stuff. I do have some plans. I'm going to be doing a couple of things for Jacob. I don't know if they're secrets or not, but just a couple of stitches. And I know that his 2022, Fiona, his 2022 Sal, you know, the one that will come in monthly installments, it's a monochrome, and it's going to be fantastic. I've already got my linen picked out. It's going to be a 40 count Patriots brew, and I am going to use chalkboard on it because that's what gave me, where is it? Where did it go? The way that the chalkboard looks on Patriots Brew, I'm here for it. Is this it? Yes. This kills me. I love it. So whatever his 2022 sal is, it's monochrome. I'm doing it on Patriots Brew with chalkboard. What else have I got going on? My friend Ryan has been threatening to start the 2020 Queen of the May from Hands Across the Sea. If he does that, I will also start a big Hands Across the Sea. I have yet to determine which one, so he has to make it happen. I believe he ordered all of the accoutrements and necessities from Sassy Jack's. So as soon as those arrive, I'll have to get off my duff and pick a big Hands Across the Sea to dig into. I have a few options. For my January 1st start, I'm not the only one who's going to be doing this. Penny, who is a good friend of Laura Duet, the cereal starter from Brenda and the Cereal Starter, contacted a whole bunch of us and said, we're doing a sal for Brenda's 60th birthday, and her birthday is on January 1st. And it's going to be Elizabeth Eyles. This is what it looks like. I own this chart and have wanted to start it for donkeys. All those angels and the crazy weird bird in the center, it is perfect. So there's going to be a bunch of Flosstubers talking about this. I'm sure some already have. But here's some of the details about it if you would like to take part. The hashtag is hashtag Laura's Big Birthday Sal. All one word, of course. And the chart, Elizabeth Eyles, is by the Scarlet Letter. It is charted in Overa Soie, Soie d'Alger, and DMC. Vicki Clayton also has a conversion if you want to do it in Vicki Clayton silks. So you can just go to Vicki Clayton and sort out fibers from her if you would prefer to do it in Vicki Clayton silks. The chart is 224 by 270. It's manageable. There are a few online retailers where you can get it. In the States, you can get it from Kitten Stitcher and The Attic, and directly from Scarlet Letter. If you are ordering from Scarlet Letter and you live outside of the United States, it's a good idea to email Marcia at Scarlet Letter just to find out about shipping costs and stuff. And if you are wanting to do this and you are outside the United States, I would recommend sort of getting on it soon, just with the way postal services and the way it gets closer to the holiday season. If you're in Australia, you can get it from the Crewel Gobelin, and in the UK, the Patchwork Rabbit. And in Canada, Traditional Stitches will be able to help you out, so contact them. It's done completely in cross stitch with the exception of a few long arm cross stitches and satin stitches. Those specialty stitches are easily swapped out just to cross stitches if you want. That's what Penny tells me. So you can do it on Aida if you want. You can do it on any linen. So any linen or Aida, as long as you make those changes from the specialty stitches. It begins on January 1st, 2022. And I'm really looking forward to doing this because there's got to be some way to celebrate Laura. You know, I've met a lot of people through cross stitch, like anyone who floss tubes. You meet other floss tubers and other stitchers, and that's why I do this. I'm doing this because I like meeting people who like to do the same things as I do. But then when you meet people who not only like to do what you do, but sort of think the same way, have the same sense of humor, have the same sort of general outlook and values about social justice, that's pretty magic. And I think Laura is just one of those people who she's just, I'm waxing on about how great she is, and you all know, but I just find her to be comforting, and she's just like a big soft mom that you want to hug. she's just a really lovely person, and I'm really excited to take part in this stitch along as a way of letting her know how many people out there think she is the bee's knees, as it were. So January 1st, 2022, Elizabeth Eyles. Big stitch along to show Laura that she is the bomb.
I was devastated. I took to my bed.
So I hope you'll join in. And again, the hashtag is hashtag Laura's Big Birthday Sal. It's gonna be fun. All right. I think that's it. This has probably been, what, 20 minutes? I don't know. I had to stop a couple of times. I wanted to shout out a couple of floss tubers. My friend Ryan suggested that I check out Chris Cross Stitch, and I'm like, he's got over 4,000 subscribers, so he's not new, but I'm obsessed with him. I want to just record the audio of his floss tubes and just use it as a sleep aid. His stories, and not because they're boring, Chris, but his gentle voice and the cadence of his voice is just so pleasing. So if you like a floss tube that has someone with a gentle voice and is very soothing, Chris Cross Stitch is the guy. Same with Dina Half Stitch Cross Stitch. If you don't watch her already, which I know you do because I've talked about how much I love her, both of those should get together and just have like story time from the South. And they can swap recipes and church stories and stuff. But yeah, and he's funny and he does good projects. They're all good projects. All cross stitch is good. But he seems like a really lovely guy. So check him out, Chris Cross Stitch. Who else have I watched that's awesome? Everyone I watch is awesome. That's it for now. I'm going to go and get back to work on the October section of the Modern Folk Embroidery Fruit of Plenty. Go enjoy this day. I think it's going to be 30 degrees here tomorrow, which is like 90 something for my American friends. So it'll be quite charming. I might even go and stitch on the catio again, which I've been doing all summer, and this could be the last hurrah for that. So thanks very much for watching, for checking out my silly nonsense and looking at my cross stitch pretties. I do have more stuff on order. Nothing exciting, so I may have to spend more money just to keep you guys all entertained. I'm really doing it for you, not because I love shopping so much. All right. Be nice, be kind, be vaccinated, rock on. I realized I forgot to do the most important part of my floss tube, and that is, of course, my wife of the week and bit on the side. My wife of the week this week is a total smoke show. She has gorgeous shoulders, amazing hair. She does, like, she's a new cross stitcher, but I'm smitten. I'm totally in love with her. She keeps bees. She's funny. She tolerates me from time to time. She and Gwyneth, Curling Stones and X Stitches, I understand that they are the same person. Never seen them in the same room, so it could be true. I'm talking about Jody, Trixie Tricycle here on Flosstube. If you don't already watch her, you need to, because she's my wife of the week, and I'm going to put babies in her. My bit on the side. Just gotta check something, hang on. My bit on the side, I just had to double check the this person's Instagram handle in full. This individual is charming and sweet, and a great commenter, and very funny and quick. I like a quick wit. I'm talking about Tricia, Preb 409. Preb, you've been preb so long, you've been preb so long. Preb, you've been preb so long, you've been preb so long. My preb, she means the world to me. Preb, she prebs all over the place. She's super prebby all the time. She's my bit on the side. Preb, you've been preb so long, you've been preb so long. Preb, you've been preb so long, you've been preb so long. Mwah! Remember I introduced you to this guy last week, or last episode? I got him a friend. This is Pauline. She loves to dance. She's a flamenco dancer. And so they're sitting up here on a little stand. That's me. Those are from Lindy Stitches. That was from a friend. That's Stone Street Stitch Works. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. I've left room because more samplers to come. Okay, I really am done now. This is Mickey. She don't care about nothing. Rock on.